Call the names. Wake the room. Wake the room. Wake the room! Luyu! Rex! Pam Ray! Naomi! Afasiana! Babbler! Monarch Soul! Jojo! Gray Eyes! Fill my eyes! Poets assemble. No masks, no manners. Say it plain, or say it broken. Monday night in the garden of enlightenment. Low light lit minds, every line got intent. Clock ticks crooked and the room turns vigilant. Quiet so loud you can hear what the tension meant. Then it slips after midnight, manners get murdered. Nice little masks get cracked by a word or a murmur. Twisted Tuesdays twist truth till it turns on its heel. Clean cut faces go strange when the dark gets real. You can feel that shit, that slick little slip when the grin stays sweet, but the eyes don't sit. Like the room grew ribs, like the walls grew ears, like the hush got hands and it's pulling you near. And the words don't rest, they press. Put a heel on the chest, leave a dent in the breath. Every line like a knock from the back of the brain. Like you came in one shape, you won't leave the same. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dough dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, Wednesday breaks, parts in the parks, ink down the spine, half halo, half hazard, both hands in the light. In the yard of seduction walks soft through the smoke, silk on the tongue with the blade in the joke. Books and bards wakes dust in the depth of the shelves. Old ghosts lean out and start naming themselves in a craft and sullen up the ache. Gets a voice, pain stands up straight and makes silence a choice. Then break on through when the devil gives way, when the masses sink but the pulse says pray. Echoes in the dark, oh hun, the fear, that thing with no name starts ringing in your ear. Say it, say it. Fill my eyes with poetry, don't water it down. Let it bite, let it bloom, let it burn through the crowd. Bad company grins like a bruise, dressed smart, and rhythm and rhyme puts a boot through the heart. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dome dim. Late night poets, hear the whole thing shift from a whisper in the ribs to a line that lifts from the darkened edge of doubt to the pull you can't ignore. We don't just read the night, we make it something more. Say it plain, say it broken. Late night poets, some come shattered, some come slick. Some speak honey with a blade in it. Some sound velvet, some sound wire. Some walk in low and take the room higher. Some come holy, some come liars. That's the thing! This ain't filler for the dead space, no. This is pulse with a pen, this is blood with a nickel. This is breath to the backbone, ink with the crown. Live mics, live nerves, truth laid bare in the round. This is the beautiful mess, the bruise and the bloom. The line that cuts clean and makes a little room. Late souls, wide eyes, all nerve in the dark. A room full of hearts beating hard through the dark. Wake the room, wake the room. Late night poets, where the room leans in, where the sharp gets shown in the soft dim. slips past polite. We tell the truth. L&P, we love you. Stay frosty.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Twisted Tuesdays with the Twisted Sisters. And you never know, maybe a Twisted Mister or two. I hope everyone's having a great week so far, and I hope you have an even better week to follow. Hello, Pam.
Hey, Phil, how's it going?
Pretty good. The first 30 seconds, I wasn't too sure what the hell I was doing. I was waiting for you to say something, and I went, Gene, it's on you. So I had to laugh at myself. I am a unique character. So, yeah, it's going pretty good here. It's actually, all the air conditioning is off, and it's actually, well, comfy in the house. So I guess that's a good thing, right? Life is good.
Absolutely.
I have no idea.
Absolutely.
I have no idea what the temperature is outside, except for I know I've been chilly today on and off. High
Yeah,
was
yeah.
77. Not bad, 77. And I think we're supposed to get
Yeah.
a little more rain. We've had rain every day for the last 3 days. You know, just a nice, good storm. Just enough, I guess, to cool things down. So how's your weather?
Well, my son says it's hot outside, and I believe that, especially since I've had the air conditioner on all day because the apartment gets too hot if I turn it off.
Right.
And the weather report said it was like the high today was 85 degrees, which is pretty hot for this area.
Yeah, right.
Um, and it's actually, but I can't complain too much because, well, first of all, because I'm indoors with air conditioning, so there's definitely no reason to complain. Although it would be nice to get outside. That's not when, really early in the morning. But
Right.
the thing is, though, oh my gosh, it's just supposed to get worse and worse. Like
Right.
by next week, by the Wednesday of next week, we're supposed to be up to like 95 degrees.
Oh, God. Mm. I don't envy that. I know that feeling.
Oh, I am definitely not going outside on that day.
I guess not. I guess not. I didn't even look at the rest of our forecast. I'm just so thankful to have one day that hasn't
Right?
been horrendous. We have, we're supposed to stay in the 80s. Let's see. Yeah, I think our highest
Yeah.
day is next Wednesday. Next Wednesday and Thursday, we're supposed to hit 90, but all the rest of them are going to be in the 80s somewhere. So,
Yeah.
we're
That's most of ours is in the 80s, but we're supposed to have 3 days in a row where it'll be in the 90s. So that'll be bad. Now tomorrow it's actually supposed to drop down, but the thing is like what it's been like this past like couple weeks or more is basically the when it's the temperatures are cool enough, that's the days where we're supposed to have like a 75% chance of rain. Like we're supposed to be below 80 tomorrow, but have a high chance of rain. So,
right. Well,
it's a trade-off.
kind of good though. You have a decent day and some rain, and it'll bring the temperature, at least to a bearable point. Maybe you stay there for a little while. Maybe. I don't know for sure. All depends. Has its moments.
Absolutely.
It's,
Absolutely.
well, on that note, let's see. Monty says it's 55 degrees in around Perth. And hello, Jeff Schultz. Uh, and what's your weather and where are you at? See, I have to ask these questions because it's in my nature. Okay. And hello to everyone on YouTube. It's nice to know you're there. North of
Oh,
New York,
absolutely.
pretty mild in the 70s. Yeah, that's kind of about where we're at today. It's very nice today compared to some of these other days we've had in the past week.
Oh my gosh, right?
I didn't think it was ever going to go down again. but the rain has been helping, so that's a plus. Yeah. So yes, yes, yes. So let me see now. What else? What else? What else? I don't know of anything super exciting for the week, unless I'm forgetting it, which is always a possibility. So, Pam, tell us about the show tonight. What you got? You got have carryovers from which show?
Yes, we have about, I believe, 4 carryovers from last week, which was, oh gosh, help me out here. What was our show last week?
I asked
It
you.
was take something about walking. Oh, barefoot, going barefoot.
It's barefoot.
Yes,
Correct.
yes. I knew it was connected somehow with feet. And then I decided, since today is World Chocolate Day, that I would just run a pre-writes contest and gather up some chocolate inspired poetry. Um, and I have to say, I've read all the poetry ahead of time, and if you're not craving chocolate right now, you will probably be craving it after we're done with the show.
Oh boy.
And people just had a lot of fun with this topic. We've got admiration for chocolate. We've got we've got fun with chocolate. We've got sensual, sexy chocolate. I mean,
Right.
this is there's going to be some rights in here. I think it's going to turn the heat up a bit and make it a toasty Tuesday.
Right.
And yeah, it's also, I believe, something like National Rock and Roll Day. But I decided that, well, you know what? As I like rock and roll and I like chocolate, but I feel like chocolate would make definitely.
Today is July 7th, World Chocolate Day.
Oops, I gotta turn my volume down here. Sorry.
Wow.
Can you tell I went to the page it was for World Chocolate Day and the video started?
I think I could.
Oh my gosh, no keeping any secrets here.
Nope.
But World Chocolate Day was established in 2009 and marks the supposed anniversary of the day that this iconic dessert made its first entrance into Europe in 1550.
Wow.
And if anybody, now I'm not going to read a bunch of facts to people, but I put a link up on the top of the contest. If you go to the website, or you can go to the link in the contest, or you can just go to the website, which is called, gotta get to it, funfacts.co, fun facts about chocolate. And they have on that website an article, 145 fun facts about chocolate that will surprise you. Now, maybe a lot of them I already knew, and I'm sure a lot of people would too, but still, it's some really interesting information. The one thing I will say that I really think it just fits chocolate so perfectly is the genus name Theobroma translates to food of the gods in Greek.
There you go. There you go. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So to me, that's just spot on.
Yes.
But
yes. Well, hello to Aaron, and Aaron said it's 48 degrees there today.
A little bit chillier, huh?
Yeah, well, he's getting into winter soon, if he's not already tapped into it. And yep. So that concludes our weather report for today. Just letting everybody know. Yes. He wants to know. Aaron wants to know if that's how they get lured into the dungeon with chocolate.
Oh, that's one of many ways.
Mm-hmm. She got plenty.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
Absolutely. So, yeah. So I don't know.
So for tonight, we're going to be barefoot and indulging in chocolate.
Oh my. Mm.
Well, I should let people know that pretty much every night I'm barefoot and indulging in chocolate.
Yeah.
So, it's not much of a change for me.
Too funny. Too funny. Okay. Well, you just let me know when you're ready for me to start dropping it.
All right. Well, we are ready.
Okie doke. Here we go. And this first piece is called Until I Remember by A.L. Phelps.
All right. I'll go ahead and give that a read. And it goes like this. Sometimes I go back to that secret place, the one between the cottonwood trees and my dreams. The pale radiance of a moonlight meadow lingers in the back of my mind. The blackberry brambles and honeysuckle are burned sweet from the day. Mist spills over silvered blades of grass. The earth is damp under my feet. Soft soil yields under tender steps. Dew kisses my ankles. Clover brushes my calves. Like the sleepy wildflowers in the night breeze, I sway. Let the earth receive my feet until they drum against it. My feet write hymns into the loam. Every blade of grass is a violin singing with the whippoorwill. I dance barefoot until my bones remember they were made from stardust, until the night loosens every knot, daylight tide, until the sky wears my grandmother's laughter like another constellation, until I become like my mother, another wildflower, untamed, barefoot in the breeze, until I remember how to live. End poem.
Mm. Great read, Pam. What a great poem. There's so many bits of it that I really enjoyed all the way through. Um, it's wonderful imagery, and there's something very, no puns intended, earthy about it. Uh, I picked it up here. The earth is damp under my feet. Soft soil yields under tender steps. Dew kisses my ankles. Clover brushes my calves. Like the sleepy wildfires in the night breeze, I sway. Let the earth receive my feet until they drum against it. And then I have to pick up this next little bit. My feet write hymns into the loam. Every blade of grass is a violin singing with the whippoorwill. I thought this was gorgeous all the way through. So wonderful job, A.L. Phelps, and thank you so much for sharing this with us. Wonderful, wonderful write.
Oh, absolutely. I have to agree. Yeah, I gave Amy the gold in this contest. I thought it was so beautiful all the way through, just this amazing imagery and metaphors. I like how it becomes a spiritual experience that calms the mind and speaks to the soul and brings a connection with those who came before you. I mean, and this is just a wonderful, nostalgic, and heartfelt write on the healing of the mind. And I don't know, like, I just really all the way through, I thought it was just absolutely gorgeous. But it definitely starting with that second stanza and all the way to the second to last stanza is where it really connects so beautifully with the prompt. I mean, absolutely an amazing write by Amy, and I love her word choicing. I
Right.
love her word choicing. And I like the part that you picked out, Phil. I just, I don't know. It really, honestly, to me, is one of those poems that if I was a person who was capable of copying and pasting on her Kindle Fire, it would be difficult not to copy and paste the entire poem and say, this is
Right.
what I like.
Yes, absolutely. I mean that's honestly it. It just there's so many wonderful lines and great imagery and ah yeah, just it really is kind of breathtaking. So, but so I have to agree. Hmm. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let me go back where I was and behave myself. Get my act together here. And let me do a post, and a post, and a post. I lied. Only two.
And I'm
Okay.
guessing you can guess who's going to read this one.
Yes. This next piece is called Just Enjoy Life Barefooting It by Heavenly Angel. And here we go. Experiencing, well, hang on, I gotta tune up my tongue. Okay. Just enjoy life barefooting it by Heavenly Angel. Experiencing the moment can be different for all. Wherever it takes you is sure to enthrall. Gently whispering on the wind the song of pure bliss. Standing in rain as the drops trickle down. Stomping in the puddles when there's no one around. Run barefoot in the grass, enjoy life. Give it your all, expect nothing less. Pray for answers to any mess. Feel young again like in your youth. Feel the mud squish between your toes. Dance in the rain. Enjoy your life. End poem.
Great read, Jean. This is definitely a write that brought a smile to my face. She was inspired by the quote, if you're not barefoot, then you're overdressed. And I really enjoyed the imagery in this, but to me, the part that made me smile the most was, stomping in the puddles when there's no one around, run barefoot in the grass, enjoy life, give it your all, expect nothing less. I like how this has that idea of don't be afraid to occasionally have the mindset of a child, stomp in those puddles, dance in the rain, um, live life to the fullest. And I think that especially comes through in those last few lines. Enjoying life, give it your all, expecting nothing less, pray for answers to any mess. Feel young again like in your youth. Feel the mud squish between your toes. Dance in the rain, enjoy your life. I mean, just what it's a really a rite that has such a happy and fulfilling spirit to it. So nicely done by Heavenly Angel.
Right, right. Yeah, I thought this was a great piece. Great lines and thoughts throughout. And I picked it up here, which kind of, well, I was going where you went. So I said, well, I guess I won't go there. But I think I hit it over. I had a couple of lines anyway. But gently whispering on the wind, a song of pure bliss, standing in rain as the drops trickle down, stomping in puddles where there's no one around, run barefoot in the grass and enjoy life. Really enjoy life. That's where I stopped because I'm like, yep, enjoy life. That's it. I like that. And that was a repeated line in this poem, and that's really what it all comes down to in this world. You just have to no matter what it is, whether it's raining, sunny, whatever, you have to learn to enjoy life. So that's why I like that line. Absolutely. So thank you, Heavenly Angel, for sharing with us tonight. Great job. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay, well, now I'm behind again. I'm telling you what.
Just a few more tippity taps.
Yep, 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 yep. Yep, 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 yep. Okay. Okay. Do that. I'll do.
Oh, I guess Fill My Eyes will be back shortly.
I'm
There
back.
he is. Hooray!
Yay. I know you missed me. You were thinking, oh no, no,
I
no.
know that whole like 3 seconds
Hurry.
you were gone, I was lost.
Ah! Well, see, Pam, if I were you, I would have said, "Oh my God, I hope she comes back today, unlike yesterday." Mm-hmm. Oh no, Sunday. Sunday was my day of. Oh my God. I don't know,
Oh
maybe
my gosh.
I don't know. It was crazy. But anyway, this next piece I'm going to put up is called "Yard Full of Memories" by Miriam Kilmer. All yours.
All right. School hadn't started yet, so I was allowed to go barefoot, a rotten apple squished between my toes, thick, wet, sticky, utterly horrible, but worth the risk. Even the occasional bee sting was worth the feeling of grass and earth. On my bare soles and heels, the lumpy, solid, earthy soil against my skin, grounding me, making everything real. The whole orchid lawn was twiggy, steeply slanted, just right for croquet. No matter how carefully we aimed, there was no predicting where our balls would go. That gave a clear advantage to clumsy kids like me. I was good at croquet, one of the best in the family. Despite my relative use, I could zen the ball. Even though I'd never heard that word, I was allowed to be cruel, croqueting my opponent's ball far from the wicket, tumbling and bouncing among fallen pears, tufts of crabgrass, and dandelions in profusion. The solid satisfaction was well worth the tragedy of having my own ball knocked off course. My mother got her ankle bonked that way. Good sport. She sat and watched the rest of the game, an ice pack on her swelling limb. I make my childhood seem ideal. It wasn't. There was cruelty for real. But sometimes it is wonderful to dwell on our yard full of joy, the weedy field, hide and seek, and croquet among the apple trees. And poem.
Nice, nice read, Pam. Yeah, I thought this was a nicely penned piece by Miriam. Again, I thought there was great imagery, and she took quite a walk through her use in this. Um, I picked it up right from the very beginning because that picked up that barefoot thought. School hadn't started yet, so I was allowed to go barefoot. A rotten apple squished between my toes, thick, wet, sticky, utterly horrible, but worth the risk. Even the occasional bee sting was worth the feeling of grass and earth on my bare soles and heels. The lumpy, solid, earthy soil against my skin grounded me, making everything real. Um, I think that that captured something for me because when I was young, we had a tree in the front yard, an apple tree in the front yard, and well, I was always barefoot. I hated shoes. I still do. They don't like me either. Um, but and I think I've stepped on many a squishy apple in my day. But the thing is, you didn't wander around that tree very much because the bees loved the apples more than we did. So, but I could relate to that, and I think that Miriam did a nice job with this. So clever and well done, Miss Miriam. Clever and well done.
Absolutely. Great comment, Jean. Yeah, I love the imagery in this, and I can definitely relate to this too. And I like how she brings us into the moment. Like it's not just about what you see, but about the sights, the sounds, the thing you feel like in the poem where they're stepping down on the rotten apples, like I can feel that,
Hmm.
and I can feel the solid earth and the grass tickling the ankles. I too like I still don't like to wear shoes, or and whenever possible, I don't like to wear socks either. I mean, it's just when I was a kid, we were always running around barefoot unless we were going into town, and you know, but. We had one hill we had, and eventually my grandparents built steps going down. It led to the lake, was actually just always had those prickly burrs growing in it, and we still ran up and down it barefoot
Yeah.
because, just to you know, because it was just so much fun. But there's definitely that ending brings a twist that is a strong emotional impact, which, you know, to me adds to the layers of the right, and it shows it's very heartfelt with thoughtful lines, and I like how it shares the idea that even in times that are filled with heartbreak and pain, you can still find moments of joy and moments of beauty to hold on to in your mind. So wonderful, right, by Miriam, and very well done.
Very nice, very nice. Okay. So this next piece that I'm going to put up and read is called Discerning Reality by Free Verse Agit. I'm not exactly sure what the pronunciation is on Agit. Agit or Agit. Ah, and this thing. Let me try and put it up again, see if it works. There we go. Discerning Reality. Akbar told me a story of coming home from the Vietnam War. Not his true name. He was one of those New Age youth enthusiasts. He said whenever he walked barefoot on the earth, electricity shot up from his feet into his body, as if the earth itself rejected his skin. I'm not sure if this was true or not. Eventually, he was able to walk barefoot again. Something about a book, Autobiography of a Yogi, which I enjoyed but unsure if it was real. He told me some wild stuff like, you were an enforcer of equality in the Sirius system, the brightest star to the naked eye, which I suppose was a nice thing to say. But I know myself quite well, and I'm certain that I'm a divider, someone who creates strife and pain. End poem.
Great read, Jean. Free verse agate, which that is how I'm going to pronounce it until he corrects me otherwise.
Right.
Yeah, he was nice enough. This wasn't actually in the contest. He was just nice enough to share with us on the topic board. I thought this was really an intriguing write. I liked the straightforward style. I thought it was very observational, which is something I enjoy in poetry. I really enjoyed and appreciated the observations made on how people see themselves and the world around them in a variety of ways. To me, this speaks on the idea that different people have different spiritual paths. Um, I wonder now, he says, Akbar told me a story of coming home from the Vietnam War, not his true name. It must have been that this guy chose his new name, because sometimes when people take a new spiritual path or walk, and they decide that a new name comes with that journey. I'm actually very curious. I'm going to look something up here. I want to see what Akbar means. If that's, or I wonder, it could also be that free verse, um, made
Change the names to protect the
change the
innocent.
name to protect the innocent.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Uh, okay, it says the name Akbar originates from Arabic, derived from the word kabir, which means big or great.
Wow.
Um, so like Allahu Akbar means God is the greatest. Um, so all right, well there you go. Some new information learned. Um, and yeah, I also like, to me there's that there's a little bit of self-deprivating pain, not pain, but humor. Like when he mentions, like he says, but I know myself quite well, and I'm certain that I'm a divider, someone who creates strife and pain. You know, it can be interesting to observe somebody else's journey and their observations on you, and you know, and sometimes you run into people who they totally get you, and other times you run into people where it just feels like things are a little bit off. But then again, I also feel like, that we're our own worst critics. Like, we don't
Mhm.
always see ourselves on the same path that somebody else can see us. So wonderful take on the theme of going barefoot, and nicely done. Thank you, Freeverse Agate, for sharing this with us.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought this was a nice piece. Clever thoughts throughout, and I thought he did a great job. I picked it up here. He was one of those New Age enthusiasts. He said whenever he walked barefoot on the earth, electricity shot up from his feet into his body, as if the earth itself rejected his skin. I'm not sure if this was true or not. Eventually, he was able to walk barefoot again. Something about a book, Autobiography of a Yogi, which I enjoyed, but unsure if it was real. I don't know. There's a lot of these questions about I'm not sure if it was true and I'm not sure if it was real. But hey, I think that adds a little bit of, I don't know, maybe a touch of what comes off as honesty in it. Not sure if this is real, but so I like that. That was decent. So, but I think that yes, I think that Free Verse Agate did a very nice job with the piece, and thanks for sharing with us. So enjoyable, enjoyable.
Absolutely.
Okay, Pam, we're getting into your most recent contest. So,
Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Time to get into the chocolate.
well, I was going to say, did you want to start us off with any saying on this? But okay, that's fine. First piece, first piece on this for the new contest is CAA, or Chocolate Addicts Anonymous, by The Poet. And I have an audio for that. Woohoo! So let me find it.
CAA, or Chocolate Addicts Anonymous, by Rachel Lawson. Hello, my name is I'm addicted to chocolate. My favorite chocolate flavor is white chocolate. I started eating it when I was young. I like the smooth way it tastes on my tongue. I cannot give it up ad hoc. I try, but in my hand, I always am finding another block.
Thank you for the SoundCloud, The Poet. It is greatly appreciated. And just a reminder, everyone, if you're unable to call in, the next best thing is to provide us with a recording of your poem, because then we can hear your poetry in your voice, or how you would like it to be presented. You can never get me to go to a chocolates addicts, you
Yeah.
know, never, never. I would never. They'd have to drive me. The only way they could get me there is if they were actually serving chocolate at the chocolate addicts meeting.
Good. Well, Pam, the first before you ever go to the Chocolate Addicts Anonymous, is you have to admit you have a problem, and we all
Yeah,
know
that's true.
that we have to. It takes a lot of
I
convincing for us to believe that eating chocolate is a problem.
uh,
I'll say.
I see she was inspired by a poem called "Coffee Addicts." Oh, that's the same poem. Not the same poem, but the same poet. Okay, so she also has a poem called "Coffee Addicts." So that's really cool. And yeah, it's just it's fun. It's definitely a fun brevity for sure. And especially that end line. I try, but in my hand, I always am finding another block. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well said there, the poet.
Absolutely. You had me all confused, Pam. You said she had another poem, and I'm like, that's not her name.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, because it
Yeah,
says the link says, I was confused too.
right.
That's why I said another poet. And then I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, I was like, then I thought I was in the Twilight Zone for a few minutes, but it's
I
okay.
know, right?
It's okay. I thought this
I'm
was a
thinking she must have changed her name at some point.
right, probably,
Yeah. Yeah.
probably. But yeah, I thought this was a clever brevity that she penned here. Um, I mean, she was pretty straight and to the point with the whole thing. And a great take on the prompt as well. There was good lines throughout, and when it's a brevity, I'm kind of rotten at grabbing a section because, but I'll no, I'll grab a line or two. Hello, my name is, you know, uh, I'm addicted to chocolate. My favorite chocolate flavor is white chocolate. And it struck me as people who go to AA. Hi, my name is Joe, and I have a problem with alcohol and blah blah, and I get into this whole thing.
Yep.
So it was done in a nice tie-in to that. Um, but yeah, so nice job, the poet, and thanks for sharing. And hey, thanks for the audio. Um, clever piece. You know, absolutely. So, and I know. I should have done this before we got there. I don't know why I do that. Pam made a short comment. That's why it's all her fault.
That's what it. Well, I have to say there's only so much so much that can be said on a brevity sometimes. I mean, it depends on the brevity, but you know, I will say the one line that I can really relate to is I started drinking it when I was young. I mean, by the time I was in grade school, I was sipping on my parents' coffee and sometimes having a little bit by myself. By the time I was in junior high, I was having, a cup or two on the weekends. And by the time I hit high school, I was usually having about a pot
Yeah,
before
yeah.
before the day started.
I get that. I do. I do.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my
And, if anybody thinks that stunted my growth, I will say that with my family genetics, I was going to be short anyways. So,
God. That's right. Oh my gosh. Let me see now. Oh my goodness. That's funny, Pam. Uh, okay. This next piece that I'm going to put up is called Stolen by Scraps and Scribbles. So, Pam, whenever you are ready.
all right.
You might,
Stolen.
you might take a drink before you start this one.
Oh my gosh, right? Well, I have one right next to me. I'll take it after I finish.
Okay.
Stolen, the chocolate, a gift to mom from dad, and melts now with my dignity swallowed. End poem.
Hurry up and drink. Um, this is a great brevity. I mean, most kids could probably kind of relate to this. Stolen, the chocolate, a gift from mom, from dad. A kid sees a box of chocolates. I mean, it's hard for them to just kind of walk past. And but I like the ending and melts now with my dignity swallowed. Because once you've done it, there's this shame that comes over, like I stole mom's chocolates. So I like the way this was done. Clever and a great piece. So thank you, Scraps and Scribbles.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have to agree. Yeah, this is the cinquain form, which is a 5 lines long. Usually, it's supposed to be centered in order to create kind of that almost like diamond shape. And the syllable pattern is 2 4 6 8 2, which it looks like to me that Scraps and Scribbles did a wonderful job with the syllable and the pattern and the centering. I see that he actually 7 years ago in the first contest this was entered in, won a gold. Um, I like the humor in this. I like especially. I mean, one line leads beautifully into the next, but of course, and melts now with my dignity swallowed. The idea of getting into mom's chocolate that was a gift from dad, and you know what? I don't know. It's not in there, but I imagine that unless it was a special occasion, the reason mom got this gift of chocolate is because dad got himself in trouble. Um, it's not there, but my imagination can put it between the lines. and absolutely a wonderful, a delightful write by Scraps and Scribbles. Thank you for sharing it with us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, and the next piece I have to put up is called Overload on World Chocolate Day by Rick Six. And I think maybe I'll give this a read, Pam. I hope you don't mind. Okay. In celebration of World Chocolate Day, I have set out a heavy crystal serving dish. On that dish are 2 milk chocolate covered caramels with sea salt, a small handful of Whoppers malted milk balls, 3 milk duds, a Twix candy bar, a few meticulously cut sections of a Hershey bar, 5 Hershey Kisses, half of a Three Musketeers, 2 mini Nestle Crunch bars, a fresh Butterfinger quartered, half of a Baby Ruth, a carefully dissected milk chocolate Cadbury, a frozen Charlie Chew, a Heath bar, a Kit Kat bar broken into pieces, a small handful of M&M's pretzels, a few white chocolate covered pretzels, and on a separate small crystal plate, milk chocolate brownies and a half a glass of low-fat milk. End poem.
Great read there, Jean. I have to say, it's really nice of Rick Six to write out my shopping list.
Honest to
Um,
heavens. Ah!
yes, yes. I thank you so much, Rick. The only mistake you made, Rick, is I'm going to have to replace low-fat milk
With
with
full head of
coffee.
Oh, there you go.
Other than that, it's the perfect shopping list. No, I'm actually very curious. Like if this was one of the higher up in auto ranks. Not that I take any stock in auto rank, but it's just a curiosity thing. It doesn't look like it, which is actually kind of good. It used to be like back when if you get like a 7 or higher, you'd automatically get a front page pick before they started censoring it more or like filtering it more. People would like write poems that were basically like shopping lists, and it would end up on the front page, and people would be shaking their heads. Thankfully that was fixed quite a bit, but this is a mouth watering. I don't know. I recently tried for the first time 100 grand ice cream bars.
Oh, where did you find that?
Oh my goodness. Well, I found it in the freezer section, the ice cream section of my local grocery store.
Oh,
So,
oh,
and
for that.
my son liked them so much that, and this was so funny because he went out and he bought his own box, and he tried to hide it by hiding the box behind the bags of frozen vegetables. Well, of course, me being the one who does most of the cooking, I of course was taking out bags of frozen vegetables for a meal, and I found him, and I'm like, look what I found. He's like, oh, fine, you can have one. And I said, that is actually a really good hiding technique. And had I been a 10-year-old boy,
Right?
it would have actually worked.
Yeah, right.
But considering I'm the one that takes the frozen vegetables out,
Yeah,
I'm
right.
like, you know what? A for effort. I've never tried a frozen Charlie Chew, but that sounds really good. All in all, I have to say, definitely a mouth-watering poem and nicely done by Rick Six.
Right, right. No, absolutely. I said this is a nice piece penned. I loved the list of plate adornments. I said he did a nice job, and I could only have enjoyed this more if it was sitting here in front of me. So thanks for sharing with us tonight, Rick. Good job. I was sitting here, I'm reading it, and I'm going, yeah, I like them too. Oh yeah, I like them too. And
Oh my gosh,
the
right?
couple of things that I liked less didn't really matter because I knew there's something good coming next. So I was like, yeah, this is all good by me.
Oh, exactly.
So good.
Exactly.
Hmm.
I mean, Yeah, like there's certain ones I definitely like better than others. I do say that while I don't mind it, I definitely white chocolate is my least favorite. Like honestly, to me,
Right.
I feel like white chocolate to me isn't really chocolate. I mean,
It's
it's
like wax.
tasty. Yeah,
Yeah. It's more like
yeah,
wax.
it can be tasty, but really, if it's missing the cocoa or the cacao, however you pronounce it,
Right.
it's no longer chocolate. It's
Right.
just candy.
I have to say though, the one like I can take white chocolate or leave it through the years. But you get a Lindt truffle, one of those little round ones that they sell, like, sometimes separate near the register, sometimes they come in bags. They're white chocolate. It just melts in your mouth. It's not like that old waxy white rotten chocolate. No, it's not the same, and no, it's not chocolate, but there's
Right.
something about that is just yummy. So if you get a
Oh
chance,
yeah,
try Pam. It's good
that
stuff.
is true. That is true.
Hmm. But
Quality can make all the difference.
mhm, absolutely, absolutely. Hey Pam, I'm going to put up this next poem, and I think it's on you. This is called "Chocolate Confessional" by Angela Aquino. This sounds right up your alley.
Oh,
No,
there you go.
so whenever you're ready.
All right. In my dreams, I bathe in it. In reality, I savor it. Each time a piece enters my mouth, eyes close, and my world is in a luscious, sweet outer body place. Spoons full of the vegan version of Nutella, lying that the jar is empty. I have no guilt. I share chocolate with control. I have no guilt. Yes, I have a chocolate addiction. No one will ever take away my treat for life. Some have tried and are now cursed in tasteless hell. In honor of Chocolate Day, I pray to the gods of the cocoa bean. May the dark semi sweet pave way to all who need a moment of pure bliss. End poem.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this is a good piece by Angela. I mean, gosh, in my dreams, I bathe in it. In reality, I savor it. Each time a piece enters my mouth, eyes close, and my world is in a luscious, sweet outer body place. That's good. Then she said something about vegan version of Nutella. I went, I don't know about all that. If we're gonna have guilt, let's have guilt. Uh, but yeah, this really was great all the way through. I mean, I could pick up, uh, the last two stanzas as well, and maybe not feel guilty except for the fact that that wouldn't leave Pam much. Um, but nice job, Angela. I really like this one very much. So well done, well done.
Oh, absolutely. This definitely was smile inducing. I really enjoyed the humor in it. I am with you. I would be willing to try the vegan version, but I would lean more towards wanting the mouthfeel of the milk
Right.
um that's in it. I and actually this poem did remind me. I don't know how I forgot about this. I actually have a jar of Nutella in my cupboard that I
Uh,
ordered off of Amazon.
there you go.
So, yeah,
Take your
yeah.
time.
Now I know what I'm going to have for a snack.
Ah,
So.
nice to have it.
But I really enjoyed this all the way through. But I have to say, it was especially those last two stanzas that I got the biggest kick out of. Especially some have tried and are now cursed in tasteless hell. In honor of Chocolate Day, I pray to the gods of the cocoa bean. May the dark semi-sweet pave way to all who need a moment of pure bliss. Amen to that. Well said there, Angela. I wonder if that image is one that she created. I like that. I like that. Um, that is. I like the, what do they call that kind of art? Collage. It's
Yeah.
a really nice collage. And ooh, I see she's got those chocolate bars that are being held. I've never seen that brand before, but it's got like some of my favorite, like salted caramel and crunchy almonds.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Good mouth-watering stuff for sure. Um,
Absolutely.
Excellent write by Angela, and thank you for sharing it with us. And I gotta see what kind of trouble these guys are getting themselves into
Oh,
in
I'm sure
private
they're into
chat.
something.
Yep,
I have no doubt.
yes.
Mm.
Oh, absolutely. Well, Aaron actually looks like he's sharing a very useful link to chocolate biscuits that make a nice little sandwich. And these ice cream bars are nice between chocolate biscuits to make it like a sandwich. Nice.
There you
And and Monty says, "Stop! I can't take it anymore. I want chocolate now."
go.
I swear that's going to be every single one of us. Every single one of us is going to be rushing out the door to go buy chocolate. And I'm going to get a phone call with Jean going, Pam, did you forget about part sinner, part saint?
You're right.
And I'll be like, yeah, sorry,
You're not doing chocolate.
chocolate.
You're not doing chocolate after the show. You're going to do Nutella.
That's right.
Remember that. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Um. Wow. Okay. Oh, I got all confused for a second. Nothing unusual, but I thought I would share. By the way, Angela had a second. She had another piece she had done on chocolate underneath of the last one we read. So I picked up that link and put it over in the topic board.
Oh, awesome.
So Angela, we're stealing that. Okay. I hope you don't mind. I don't know what else to say. Oh my God. Oh, okay. So let me see. This piece is called. Well, now I have to get back over there. Where was I? Where am I going? Yes, this next piece is called Chocolate by Heavenly Angel. And don't you worry, Pam, I think I'll read this one for you. Okay? Uh-oh, where'd Pam go? She's on mute. Never mind. Cookies, cakes, puddings, and pies. No matter the state it comes in. I'm so addicted to chocolate that to enjoy it so should be considered a carnal sin. Syrup, shakes, mousse, and soda. Sometimes an aphrodisiac. Such sweetly, creamy, sinfully, wonderfully good. Help, I'm having a chocolate attack. I'm going through withdrawals. I need a Snickers now. Chocolate is screaming out my name, so bye, gotta run for chocolate. I'm on the prowl. End poem.
Great read there, Jean. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, this is another absolutely delicious write. Wonderfully done by Heavenly Angel. I like that she mentions that it's an aphrodisiac. I like that. I have to say, definitely like the humor in the end line too. It feels almost chant like in the beginning. Cookies, cakes, puddings, pie, no matter the state, comes in, or it comes in. I'm so addicted to chocolate that to enjoy it so should be considered a carnal sin. Oh man, good stuff. I have to agree. I will say honestly though, for me, my least favorite chocolate form is chocolate cake. I usually find chocolate cakes to be a little too dry. Like I have to say my absolute favorite cake is to have like a basic yellow cake with like a chocolate fudge frosting. So you get that chocolate taste, but the cake itself tends to be more moist. But wonderful, delicious write by Heavenly Angel, and thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is a great piece. Nice piece all the way through. Uh, in fact, yeah, I was going to grab a stanza, and I said no, 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 because this piece is great all the way through. I liked the first stanza, starting out with cookies, cakes, puddings, and pies. You know, um, I'm so addicted to chocolate that that to enjoy it so should be considered a cardinal sin. But then that second one, such sweetly, creamy, sinfully, wonderfully good. Help, I'm having a chocolate attack. I found that to be, a touch humorous. But then when you get to this last stanza, chocolate is screaming out my name, so bye, gotta run for chocolate, I'm on the prowl. I mean, the humor just developed a little more and more through the three stanzas. And I think it was just a nice job. Very well done. And thank you for sharing with us tonight, Heavenly Angel.
Absolutely. I was just thinking that also what I could relate to is the line, if it was there, cookies, cakes, puddings, and pies, every bite goes to my thighs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Ah, that's funny. So let me see now. Wait a minute, I gotta look at something real quick. Okay. Okay, I looked at it real quick. Now I'm out of there. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, so that was that one. And this next piece I'm going to put up, which is, it's on its way, Pam. It's on its way. This piece is called Choc Mint Cookie. It's a Sinquan by Peter Boron. So whenever you are ready.
All right.
Uh,
The taste of chocolate seeps through the biscuit dough and granulates into green crumbs of mint. End poem.
uh,
All right, you make an extra long comment while I get that drink of water.
oh my God, extra long comment. I'm trying to wow. First of all, I love the image. I think it's bright and colorful, and looks kind of yummy actually. There's a wonderful brevity. The taste of chocolate seeps through the biscuit dough and granulates into green crumbs of mint. Oh, it just sounds, something about it just sounds so wonderful. Because see, when I see an image like this with the green with the chocolate, my mind automatically goes to Andy's mints. Always. Even if it doesn't taste like it, the image and the color take me there. And I love Andy's mints. So this looks very, I don't know, it just sounds so good to me. But I think it was a great, great brevity. And yeah, clever. Great use of wording. Not too much, not too little, and it definitely hit the spot. All I need is like a cup of tea and I'll be a happy girl. Yes, yes, yes. So well done, Peter Bowen, and thanks for sharing with us.
Oh, absolutely. Great comment, Jean. Yeah, I really, enjoyed this. I enjoyed the presentation. Again, we have another Cinquain, beautifully done. I've really enjoyed seeing more of Peter Bowen's poetry being shared in our contests recently. So thank you to him for that. Now, I personally am I really don't like mint and chocolate, but I will say those cookies look good. Like, I would be willing to try one of those, and I just know, like, I just know both my daughter and son, who are huge fans of chocolate mint combination, would really go for those cookies. So, that is something I am going to have to look up, maybe making for holidays or something, because for people who enjoy the combination of mint and chocolate together, those do look good. Now, I will say there was one year during the holidays where I made a brownie that was the topping was peppermint flavored, and then you put like the crumbled candy canes, like it was the chocolate brownie, then the pink like frosting that had the peppermint flavoring in it, and then the little bit of crumbles of candy canes, and that was actually really good. Like that surprised me, because a lot of times any type of mint I don't particularly like. unless it's like in toothpaste or gum. Other than that, and that might be part of the reason, just
Right.
might be that my narrow mind is like, okay, this is what mint is for and nothing else.
Good.
But nicely written, Peter Bowron, and thank you for sharing that with us.
Mhm. Okay, Pam. Oh, by the way, I got Angela's permission to use that other piece. Just thought I'd let you know. We're not
Oh, wonderful.
we're not walking on the wild side tonight by just swiping poetry. Ah! Okay, this next piece I put up is called Custard Swirls and a Chocolate Sun. And this is by Mermaid. In the golden bowl of dawn, custard swirls unfurl, creamy tendrils dancing, ballet on the new sunrise, as morning tiptoes light across horizon's edge. The sky a desert canvas of cocoa and caramel holds dark chocolate sun, a molten disk, its rays dripping gold honey over warm pancakes. Delicate brushstrokes paint sliced cheesecake, while a bonbon sun, master chocolatier, melts the night away, leaving only crumbs. I taste dawn on my tongue, a blend of custard and bittersweet, contemplating if the sun dreams of cinnamon buns. End poem. Mm.
Great read there, Jean. Oh, I have to say I was a little panicked because I don't know what happened, but and I on my end I just couldn't hear you. Like I know other people could, but I couldn't hear you until your voice came back just at saying cinnamon buns, and I'm like, that is such perfect timing.
Funny.
But thankfully, obviously, I can read ahead of time. I love this. It's delicious, but in a surreal way. Like I can see how she got the inspiration from that painting. This definitely has a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory feel, but in a more almost sensual way. Um, I feel like it's almost Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Alice in Wonderland type vibe to it. And I like also how it just really seems to speak on the deliciousness of the world around us. And I also like how she gives nod to the painting style within the artwork. Delicate brushstrokes paint sliced cheesecake while a bonbon sun, master chocolatier, melts the night away, leaving only crumbs. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done. I am curious about the image. Like, you know, I wonder if there's actually people who do paintings with chocolate. Um, I
Or knows.
Yeah, I mean, I know they do carvings out of chocolate.
Right.
I know there are people who do paintings with blood. I so I guess if they can paint with blood, they could paint with chocolate.
Right.
Um,
Right.
yep, yep. But absolutely a beautiful, beautiful write by Mermaid, and very well done. I see the first contest she entered this in 2 years ago. She won. Is that the bronze or the gold? I think that's the
Looks like it's
bronze.
gold. Well,
Yeah.
it said it won a gold medal, but I mean, was it your contest she won
Oh,
that?
gold. Okay. Yes. Yes. Gold. Um. So, congratulations on that. Definitely well deserved.
Right. Right. Um, I think that this was a great piece. I said there was yummy imagery all the way through. I loved each of the stanzas, honestly. Excellent work. I wanted to grab a stanza, and I guess, well, I could have grabbed any one of them, but I'm going to go to the last one. I taste dawn on my tongue, a blend of custard and bittersweet, contemplating if the sun dreams of cinnamon buns. And I think I like that because all the imagery that she used in the stanzas above that, for her to start this one out with, I taste dawn on my tongue, I thought was wonderful. But I loved each of the stanzas. I thought it was excellent work. So thank you so much, Mermaid. This is really a great piece. You know, had my mouth a watering. Just saying. But yeah, nice job.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, after reading this piece, I might go around licking trees just to make sure they don't taste like chocolate.
Oh my God. There's
You'll see it
Pam.
in the news report. Woman
She,
in Wisconsin.
yeah, she converted from a tree hugger to a tree licker. Oh my God. And we'll be saying, yep, that's our Pam. That's our Pam. Now, this next piece I'm going to put up is. Excuse me. Hot Chocolate Fridays by Kathy Cross. And this is your read, right, Pam?
Uh,
I think so.
let's see. You commented last on Mermaid, so yes. Yes. Wait, no, this is your
No,
read.
no, because you read Bowman or Mr.
Right.
Oh, right. And then,
Oh, that's
yeah,
right. That's right. Okay.
okay.
Yes, so it is my read. You're
Yes, ma'am.
right. All right, so Hot Chocolate Fridays by Kathy Cross. Fridays taste like chocolate at Grandma's cozy place, a swirl that warms waiting hands and brightens every face. Shoes kick off the second that young feet reach her door. Each pair lands in scattered piles that tumble on the floor. Mugs rise like small mountains of cocoa rich and sweet, with steam that curls like secret spells already noses meet. Sips spark bursts of chatter, backpacks resting by the wall. Chocolate lifts each story, growing brighter, wide, and tall. Visits stretch through dinners, the clatter and the cheer. Fridays taste like chocolate, and family gathered near. Grandma keeps it ready, a ritual all adore. As long as running footsteps come, she'll pour joy to the core. End poem. And she says in her AN, I am Grandma here. Every Friday we have hot chocolate, fun, and love. Oh, that is wonderful. I like that idea.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that this was a great piece, Pen. Nice imagery and wonderful rhyme and meter. I love shoes kick off the second that young feet reach her door. Each pair lands in scattered piles that tumble on the floor. Mugs rise like small mountains of cocoa rich and sweet, with steam that curls like secret spells already noses meet. And I'll grab the next one too. Why not? Sip spark bursts of chatter, backpacks resting by the wall. Chocolate lifts each story, growing brighter, wide, and tall. They're just great stanzas all the way through. I love, as I said, I like the imagery, and the rhyme and meter really, gave it some. I don't know, it just made it an easy listening, easy to read piece. So I love it. Great job, and well done, Kathy Cross. Hmm.
Absolutely. Great comment, Jean. Yeah, I did love the rhyme and flow in this. It just added to the delight of the poem. It's such a treat for the senses. For me, I like that this isn't just about celebrating chocolate. This is about celebrating family
Hmm.
and time together and creating memories. I remember when my kids were little and my mom was still alive, and they'd go over to her house to spend the night. And her and my stepfather Chuck would joke around and say, the rule in this house is you can't eat after midnight unless it's ice cream.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, well, as long as they're not coming home with the ice cream.
Right.
Or if they do, I get it. But I just thought this is wonderful. And a lot of times, you can really get children to share, to talk more when it's a setting they're comfortable in, like, sitting next to each other, having treats or taking a walk together. I just thought this had such wonderful lines throughout, but I did especially like sips, spark, bursts of chatter, backpacks resting by the wall. Chocolate lifts each story, growing brighter, wide, and tall. Visits stretch through dinners, the clatter and the cheer. Fridays taste like chocolate, and family gathered near. Thank you so much for sharing this with us, Kathy, and very well done.
All right. Well, the next piece I'm going to put up is called, excuse me, Chocolate Seduces by Julie Buck. And, oof, love the picture. Yummy, yummy. Chocolate isn't a flavor, it's a tasty mood. And to indulge is to savor slowly. Chocolate is sexy, divine, and sumptuous. Dark white, cocoa colored confections is like an orgasm on my tongue, and my mouth purrs. Mmm. Chocolate seduces and reduces me to let it dance in my mouth. I have a romance with chocolate. This song has been sung. Chocolate is an experience, let it capture you. Just open wide and your palate will do what it will do. Chocolate isn't a flavor, it's a rich affection, the silky chocolate's way, and you can be in my mouth any time of day. End poem.
Great read. Great read there, Jean. Oh, I love this. It is something I absolutely agree with. Chocolate is a seduction for the senses, and this definitely it's a treat for the senses. Great lines all the way through. I love the imagery. I love the flow of this. Like this has a very like it's not completely a rhyming poem as far as well it does do some rhyming. Yes, it's just kind of spaced a little differently, but it has such a beautiful, like, fun, bouncy flow. And I thought there was great lines throughout, but I especially like I have a romance with chocolate. This song has been sung. Chocolate is an experience. Let it capture you. Just open wide, and your palate will do what it will do. Wonderful lines. This definitely would be fun to be heard put to music. And very well done by Julie. I have to say also I really enjoy Monty's little musicality thing or that rhyming poem he has going on here in chat. Chocolate on my feet, chocolate on my toes, chocolate in my hair, chocolate up my nose. As long as it's chocolate, absolutely anything goes.
My goodness.
There are no limits with chocolate. There, no safe words are needed when it comes to chocolate.
Mm,
Oh my gosh,
yep,
too
yep.
funny.
Um, yes. And hello, Jojo. Um, okay.
Oh, hey Jojo, good to see you.
Yeah, I thought this was a nice write by Julie. Clever lines throughout, and she did a good job. I picked it right from the beginning. Chocolate isn't a flavor, it's a tasty mood. And to indulge is to savor slowly. Chocolate is sexy, divine, and sumptuous. Dark, white, cocoa colored confections is like an orgasm on my tongue. Go, Julie. Happy Tuesday. Happy Wednesday. It's close. We're getting close to midnight, so. But yeah, so thanks for sharing with us tonight. I thought you did a nice job with this one. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, so over I go. Copy. Okay, Pam. This one is called Chocolate Caress by Aaron Panther. So whenever you are ready, Pam.
All right. The chocolate and coffee caress of candy as it cascades across curvaceous lips, callously corroding bicuspids and canines, so carefully covered with crowns. Sweetly, softly, soothing scents stir swelling nostrils, scintillating with excitement at the prospect of extra morsels to satiate the soul. Breathing bouquets of beautiful intoxication, barely able to breach the bonds of absolute addiction. End poem.
Yeah, nice read, Pam. Yeah, this is nice work by Aaron. I liked, this again is like a borderline Wednesday meal. Listen to me, a borderline Wednesday poem. Only because of the wording. But I thought it was well done. I liked how the first one was like the ode to the dentist. The chocolate and coffee caress of candy as it cascades across curvaceous lips, callously corroding bicuspids and canines, so carefully covered with crowns. Yep, yep, yep. That's what keeps the dentist in business. But from there down, I thought it had a nice uh, sensual feel to it. Sweetly, softly, soothing scents, stir swelling nostrils, scintillating with excitement at the prospect of extra morsels to satiate the soul. It just had um, that feeling to it, the way the words were, the softness of the words. I think just really played well into the sensuality of it. But I did like the humor of it as well. Um, you know, breathing bouquets of beautiful intoxication, barely able to breach the bonds of absolute addiction. There we are. We're addicted to chocolate again. We're back where we started.
It
Um,
seems to be a fairly common theme.
yes, yes. No, but it was well worded and well written, and a nice job, Aaron. Much enjoyed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to agree. Wonderful comment, Jean. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the alliteration in this what made for fabulous wordplay for sure. I do like both the how it's a combination of, this sensuality and fun humor. The first stanza really says, like, hey, this is the pain you could be going through. Like these are, what's going to end up happening. You're going to end up with all these teeth covered with crowns if you indulge in chocolate and coffee. And to me, the other two lines respond, not lines, but stanzas respond to that with the idea of so worth it. The idea. I like how they it's just clever wordplay. It's got this kind of layered seduction of candy melting upon the tongue. And I think there's great lines throughout, but I did especially like that second stanza, the with the S alliteration that's used. So nicely written and very well done by Errant Panther.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Well, I'm almost ready. Uh, okay. Well, almost. I was close. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. And the next piece. This is called Chocolate by Ruby 2446. Yes. And here we go. Melted molten milk chocolate. Fresh red heart-shaped strawberry. Lover's lips. Strawberry dip then placed on the lips, a delectable post-dinner treat. A hot chocolate with a dash of Courvoisier. Lovers snuggle close on a red sofa. Brandy warmed bodies, sitting close and drawing closer. As whispers as smooth as chocolate, as hot as brandy, are whispered in her ears. She dips another strawberry, takes a juicy, succulent bite, and feeds him the rest. A drop of sweet juice trickling down his sexy 5 o'clock shadow. Irresistible, she leans over and kisses it. Then lips meet, tasting of chocolate, strawberry, and warm brandy. The leftover chocolate from the dipping may just become part of post-dessert dessert. Ooh la la, chocolate dreams. End poem.
Great read there, Jean. Well, it looks like so far you're getting stuck with the sexy ones.
My luck in the draw.
This is great. You know, I will say that chocolate, especially when you get into the realm of chocolate dipped strawberries, really works well with Sensual. I don't know if anybody else has ever tried this, but I made before chocolate dipped dried apricots. And like if you like the dried apricots and you like chocolate, then it's definitely worth trying. And fairly easy to make too. But this has such wonderful mouth-watering imagery. I feel like the way it's presented, is this a haiboon? No, the haiboon would have the haiku at the end. But it almost looks like an upside down haiboon. Like usually that's like the first part is prose, and then the ending is the haiku, and this almost looks opposite of that, like in a way, not exactly, but you know the way it's presented. Like that first 3 lines could really be a poem, a brevity poem within itself. Melted molten milk chocolate, fresh red heart shaped strawberry, lover's lips. Wonderful use of alliteration. I also really like where it says she dips another strawberry, takes a juicy, succulent bite, and feeds him the rest, a drop of sweet juice trickling down his sexy 5 o'clock shadow. Wonderful lines and very well done by Ruby 2446. And congratulations to her for both the bronze and the silver that she won in 2 contests with this right.
Mm-hmm. Nice job. Nice job. Pam, you better take another drink.
I do need another drink.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let me see now. This next piece I'm going to put up is called Chocolate Heaven by Monty G.25. So, and I have an audio for this one. So, here we go.
Oh, so smooth and creamy. Slides down really, really easy. You can have it dark or have it light. With or without extras, it's a sheer delight. Take it from its pack and nibble away. Maybe roll it over your tongue for a little play. You can take it soft or you can take it really firm. The thought of it is enough to make your body squirm. And for that extra itty-bitty delight, lavished on that hot dish is oh so very right. Savor its intensity as you let it rummage around. Nothing else is as exquisite or can lift you off the ground. For dessert, or a part of the main course, it will make you whinny like a happy horse. If it is offered as the mains or an afternoon bite, soft or hard when it's presented, don't put up a fight. Nothing's better than that special mood, rich, full-bodied enough to make you brood. Take it anytime you feel like simply letting go. Take it if it's offered. You should never ever say no. For any Twisted Tuesday, don't give a hang. Get into chocolate and let your palate go bang. Damn it. Let every day be a special chocolate day. Have it whenever you want, but have it your own way.
That is absolutely fabulous. Great right, Monty, and thank you for the SoundCloud. A wonderful choice of a voice with the jazz type background music. Went perfect with the words. This has great rhyme and flow. I like how it's both fun and sexy at the same time. Love the nod to Twisted Tuesday at that end stanza. For any Twisted Tuesday, don't give a hang. Get into chocolate and let your palate go bang. Damn it, let every day be a special chocolate day. Have it whenever you want, but have it your own way. Absolutely, I have to say amen to that. Oh my gosh, and so many great lines throughout. Really just a smile-inducing right. I have to say my other favorite stanza, and there were so many great ones, was take it from its pack and nibble away. Maybe roll it over your tongue for a little play. You can take it soft or you can take it really firm. The thought of it is enough to make your body squirm. Ooh la la. I love the innuendos and the wordplay in that. That is just absolutely fabulous and very well done, Monty.
Yeah, I think that Monty did a great job with this one. I I thought there were great lines and stanzas throughout the whole piece. I loved the voice she chose, and I really enjoyed the piece itself. I was going to pick it up from the beginning, but then Pam decided to go back and pick up half those lines. So, yeah. Um, let me see now. I'll pick up these last two. That's easy for me. Nothing's better than that special mood, rich, full-bodied enough to make you brood. Take it any time you feel like simply letting go. Take it if it's offered. You should never ever say no. For any Twisted Tuesday, don't give a hang. Get into chocolate and let your palate go bang. Damn it, let every day be a special chocolate day. Have it whenever you want, but have it your own way. It's like McDonald's. Ah, just kidding. But
Isn't that I thought that was Burger King.
maybe it is Burger King. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not real up to date on
Burger
my
King says have it your way. McDonald's says take it the way we give it to you.
There you go. Something like that. Something like that. But I think that the whole thing is very well done. So, Monty, I think you did a great job. Much enjoyed. So, yep. Well done. Okay. Okay, almost. Okay. Next one. Okay.
And that was definitely a really wonderful image that Monty found to attach to his poem, I have to say.
Yep. Okay, Pam, the next piece I'm putting up is called Mole, or Mole, by Gray 0 through 328. So,
All right. It starts as a whisper in the beans, a history folded into the soil, where sun pressed its hands onto bitter skins, and the earth sang its low hum into the roots that tasted it first. This is not sweetness peeking behind corners. This is cacao turned warrior, bold enough to meet fire, to dance with chilies blistering red, to spill itself into the mortar where spices and seeds surrender. The heat doesn't argue, it wraps its arms around the bitter until they both learn to sway. A choreography of thickened richness and layered warmth, coating the soul. Mole doesn't ask to be understood, it asks to be felt. This is Cacao, the storyteller, its story etched in every bite, where savory wears a chocolate crown and royalty tastes like home. And home.
nice. Yeah, this is a wonderful piece, Ben. And I think that Gray did an excellent job with it. Um, I'm going to pick up just the first two stanzas here. I mean, the whole thing to get the whole piece in its entirety, I think, was very, very well done. And I don't know, I think I just like the way he did it all. So, um, you know what? I'm going to take the last two. The heat doesn't argue it. It wraps its arms around the bitter until they both learn to sway. A choreography of thickened richness, a layered warmth coating the soul. Mole doesn't ask to be understood, it asks to be felt. This is Cacao, the storyteller, its story etched in every bite, where savory wears a chocolate crown and royalty tastes like home. Just wonderful lines all the way through. And Mole, that cross between like the chocolate and the spice, it's just something completely different. And I think that this was an exceptional piece by Gray. So thank you for sharing with us tonight. Very well done.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have to agree. Wonderful comment. Yeah, this is so mouthwatering. I will admit, I've never tried Malay before, but this poem makes me definitely want to. Like, it feels like it has a flavor profile that I would really like. Now, I know they're not related, but I have made and I do really like Cincinnati chili. Is it Cincinnati? Yeah, I believe so. The chili where you make it with the cocoa powder and then you serve it on top of spaghetti. If I have the name wrong, I apologize to anybody from Cincinnati. But I like that, and there's so much that in the like I've seen recipes for mole, and with that and this poem, like it feels like so much of this stuff is stuff that I already enjoy, and so I think it's definitely something I need to try. And all the way through, this is beautiful, but I have to say, I especially like this is not sweetness peeking behind corners. This is cacao turned warrior, bold enough to meet fire, to dance with chilies blistering red, to spill itself into the mortar where spices and seeds surrender. Wonderful lines, beautifully written, and very well done by Gray0328. Thank you for sharing this with us.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that Aaron has just returned. Okay, so this next piece I'm going to put up and give a read to is called Death by Chocolate by S.E. DeHaven. Taste of midnight, dark chocolate mixed in batter, poured and baked, frosted with shadow. drizzled with ink deep sea, shavings of twilight, crepuscular cocoa, sliced and served a little piece of death, bittersweet, soft and painless bliss. End poem.
Great, Regine. Oh, I love the tasty and subtle sensuality within this. This is definitely a strong, visceral imagery and metaphors, beautifully written, um, beautifully written brevity by S.E. DeHaven. I have to say that I know I've seen various recipes. It's kind of that are called Death by Chocolate. Usually, I think it's like a bar or a cake, usually a layered cake of some kind. Um, Gosh, this has so many great lines throughout, but I have to go with that first stanza. Taste of midnight dark, chocolate mixed in batter, poured and baked, frosted with shadow, drizzled with. And nice the way one stanza leads into the next. I like that. So this is definitely, to me, a beautiful, subtle celebration of the pure joy of chocolate. So nicely done.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I thought this was a well written piece. Um, Wonderful images and great lines throughout. I love this first one. The taste of midnight, dark chocolate mixed in batter, poured and baked, frosted with shadow, drizzled with ink deep sea, shavings of twilight, crepuscular cocoa. There's just so many images, one after another, and they're unique images. I mean, it starts out sounding like, okay, the taste of midnight, okay, but then it's frosted with shadow, and then it's shavings of twilight. I don't know. I love the images throughout. So very well done and much enjoyed. So great job, S.E. DeHaven. Great piece all the way through. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay. I got almost there, Pam. Almost.
All right.
Okay, here we go. This next piece is called Cocoa Bliss by Weaver of Dreams. And I have an audio for this. So let me hit the button.
This is a world of cocoa bliss, rich and velvety. It tempts my lips. In a chocolate cup, a delectable twist, a liquid indulgence of tiny sips.
Thank you very much for the SoundCloud Weaver of Dreams. It is greatly appreciated. And what a lovely brevity. Your thoughts, Jean?
Well, yeah, as you said, it was a great brevity. This is the world of cocoa bliss, rich and velvety. It tempts my lips. You know, I just, it says everything it needs to say. And in few words, which of course makes it a good brevity. In a chocolate cup, a delectable twist, a liquid indulgence of tiny sips. I do. I think that this is very nicely done, and it was a great audio. And thank you for sharing. Great job, Weaver.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. Great comment, Jean. Yeah, I really like the imagery in this. It is certainly mouth-watering. This has great rhyme and flow. I do like the way she staggers her lines with that sense of movement across the page. I like the touch of sensuality in this, and all four lines are absolutely beautiful, and it's difficult to separate. But I did really like that end line, a liquid indulgence of tiny sips. Wonderful, wonderful write, and beautifully done by Weaver of Dreams. Thank you for sharing this with us. And I have to say, I've been very impressed with all this chocolatey goodness we've been enjoying tonight.
There you go. Okay. This next piece I'm going to put up is Tales from the Sea by S. Sharp. And I have an audio for this one. So here we go. Dun, 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 dun.
Tales from the Sea. We walk inside the chocolate shop in Bruges. Air conditioning soothes late summer bones. Glass display cases contain fine chocolates. The woman inside, a masculine Belgian woman, stern jaw, hoarse voice, explains how she dresses each piece. Elegant gowns, lace and garter. Men travel the world fantasizing about what lies beneath, dreaming of stripping away their coverings. Sailors lost at sea, waves crashing on an unfamiliar shore. She rambles on. A seaman docked at a seaside bar, his anchor cast in sheets of gray, his chocolate beard frothing white. Years at sea, away from the ones you love.
Great read and write, Scott. Thank you for the recording. It is very much appreciated. Let's see. I was looking up the definition of moored so I could figure out unmoored because of his AN. Moored definition of a ship, boat, a dirigible, buoy, etc., secured in a particular place as by ropes, cables, or anchors. Aha. So to be, because he says in his AN, I like this, the chocolate shops in, recently we traveled to Europe. The chocolate shops in Bruges, a destination we intended to visit. The woman inside, a bit unmoored. And I do have to say, the way in the poem, the presentation of this woman's voice feels a bit like she's the personification of the bitterness that one finds in a dark chocolate where you have like 80% or more cacao. And I love the imagery in this. I think it's beautifully written couplets. I haven't been to chocolate shops too much in my life, but the times I have, oh my goodness, such a treat. Not the same as going to Europe, but Duluth, Minnesota had a chocolate shop. Well, it was actually a candy shop, a chocolate mainly, but they sold that absolutely was a treat for the senses. And I thought there were great lines throughout. But I especially like stern jaw, hoarse voice exclaims how she dresses each piece, elegant gowns, lace and garter. Men travel the world fantasizing about what lies beneath, dreaming. I like how she compares the chocolate to like the idea of women presenting themselves to men of marriageable age. So there's a bit of humor in this too that I definitely enjoy. Very well done.
Nice. Nice comment, Pam. Yeah, I thought that this was a great tale told. Wonderful imagery, and I thought it was well done. I thought it was great audio as well. He says, recently we traveled to Europe. The chocolate shops in Bruges were a destination we intended to visit. the woman inside a bit unmoored. So this is based on some kind of actual experience, and I think that's I don't know. It just adds a little something to it in my mind. Um, I think that his imagery throughout was good. I was going to pick up some of the lines you did, so I'm going to leave it at that. But I really think I think the whole piece is just nice. So great job, Scott, and thanks for sharing with us tonight. Very well done. Hmm. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Um,
Great comment there, Jean.
uh,
And I believe when we get to the next poem, it will be your turn to read. Yes. Okay, I had to look at that. Yes. Because I remember you reading Mole. It's nice to have a couple of audios in a row, for sure.
okay. I thought I had read the other one, but it's okay. Not a big deal. Not a
No,
big.
because I remember you.
It's fine. I thought I
Oh
read
wait,
that.
maybe you're right. I think you're right. That's right. I did read Mole. That's right. For some reason, it just stuck in my head hearing you say that, but all you did was say the title. Yeah.
Okay. So the next one I'm going to put up is called. Well, let me get over there to the right spots. This is called Rose's Chocolate Sonnet of Love by Rose Winter 515. And
All right. White, creamy Belgian, chocolate so dreamy, bliss to taste, pure indulgence we love to sample together. Dark, bitter chocolate, so good for the heart, beautiful, harmony we praise, protecting our souls. Milk chocolate mousse, spoonfuls of bubbles, happiness shines, peace and harmony. End poem.
nice read, Pam. It is a nice piece by Rose Winter 515. I love how she starts out white, creamy Belgian chocolate, so dreamy, bliss to taste, pure indulgence we love to sample together. And then she gets into bittersweet chocolate, or dark bitter chocolate, sorry, and then milk chocolate. So she kind of gives each one their own space in a stanza, and I think each one was well described. Milk chocolate mousse, spoonfuls of bubbles, happiness shines, peace and harmony. Each one does have its own personality, when you think about it, you know. But very, very nice piece. Well done, Rose Winter 515. I liked it. Rose's Chocolate Sonnet of Love. Can't beat it.
Absolutely. Great comment there, Jean. Yeah, I really like what you had to say about how each of the different kinds of chocolate have their own personality, and those personalities change even more when you start to add things like caramel and different nuts, different spices. I thought this had wonderful lines throughout. I have to say, if you ever want to make a quick and easy mousse-like dessert, you take, and I don't know if anybody has like a small blender, or even a larger one would work, but it's basically whipping cream, the liquid form of whipping cream, and then chocolate syrup, and you blend it until it becomes this mousse-like frothy texture that is just so delicious. Another thing that works really well is a combination of ricotta cheese, cocoa powder, and a sugar or sweetener of your choice. Makes for a quick, easy, chocolatey, creamy dessert. But yeah, this is just absolutely wonderful. Love the hippie vibe of the artwork that she connected. That is definitely trippy there. That looks like, honestly, it looks like a shirt I would wear. Um, and great lines throughout. I'm going to have to go with, I don't know. It's all so good. It's all so good. Just um, a really nice nod to chocolate and how it brings comfort and delight to the body, the mind, and the soul. So nicely done by Rose Winter 515.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay, so the next one is called Fabulous Number 7 by Angela Aquino. I must admit, anything chocolate is my ultimate favorite high. Without, life would not matter much. Soothing taste, luscious kisses in my mouth. Oh, please, don't judge me. If you like savory and might disagree. Desserts, cookies, cakes, candy, my weakness, my bliss. To this day, I sneak and hide treats, for only I will eat. No guilt, for all that is sweet. My face lights up with flair when chocolate is involved, and I don't like to share. What a joy to any part of the day with a dessert in front of me. Is there anything more to say? End poem.
Great, Regine. Oh, this is absolutely fabulous. I'm glad you saw that, and we have an opportunity to read it and comment on it. And definitely no judgment here. I have to 100% agree with this poem. Again, I just absolutely love the artwork attached to it. Um, Great lines throughout. I do get a big kick out of and a smile from to this day. I sneak and hide treats, for only I will eat. No guilt, ha ha ha, for all that is sweet. My face lights up with flair when chocolate is involved, and I don't like to share. Oh, I totally don't blame you, Angela. You know what? I don't like to share either. So that's why oftentimes I'll eat my chocolate on the walk home from the grocery store. Um, so excellent, excellent write and very well done.
Hmm. Yeah, I thought this was well done myself. Um, nice stanzas throughout, and I liked it here. Well, I liked it from here anyway. I must admit, anything chocolate is my ultimate favorite high. Without, life would not matter much. Soothing taste, luscious kisses in my mouth. Oh, please, don't judge me. If you like savory and might disagree. Desserts, cookies, cakes, candy, my weakness, my bliss. I could have kept going from there, but I said, well, I must cut this off somewhere. But yeah, very well done and enjoyable. So thank you so much, Angela, for sharing. I appreciate that. And yeah, nice job. Hmm.
Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, Great show tonight, Jean.
Absolutely. Great job. Great topic.
It,
Uh,
it really was. I enjoyed all the chocolate rites and
absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
know,
Yeah, it was a good. It was a good show. Good topic. Good rights. For
yeah,
someone who's
most people, it really was one of those that was great for a pre-writes contest because most people have written about chocolate in one way or another.
right.
And yeah, and thank you as always for being my twisted sister.
Absolutely.
And it
Excellent
was
job
fun
as
to
always. Yes, ma'am.
absolutely, absolutely. It was fun to have Monty and Jojo and Robbie and Aaron hanging on the boards. Thank you to all of them, and thank you, of course, to our YouTube listeners, of which I don't see any right now, but I know there was before, and I'm sure there will be some later. Uh,
Right.
you know, so we really, really appreciate you all. And thank you to everyone who provided rights for the show. Thank you, of course, like both to all our listeners and to everybody who gives us their poetry and their time. Do make sure to keep an eye out on the contests and topic boards put up by our late night poets, hosts, and hostesses, because you're sure to find something to inspire. I believe we should have Part Sinner, Part Saint coming up in about a half hour with a Phasiana and Robbie.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right.
Okay, Pam, great show as always. Wonderful job. Great poems. And yes, I'm sure I'll be talking to you shortly or soon.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.